I have built multi-million-dollar development companies from zero in 2 countries, taking projects from land to completion. Did you know that on average, 50% of the time spent on construction sites is time wasted? People spend that time on searching for materials and tools. Literally. Another set of data, according to 2 independent studies, between 1970 and 2017 in Finland, the productivity growth of the construction industry was literally 0. In the US, between 1980 and 2024, it was less than 1%. So we are not only dealing with an industry that's very inefficient, but one that doesn't really see any productivity gains either. Let's look at this in a real life context. Let's say you have an average $1 million project. Roughly half of that goes into materials and the other half is labor. Just as a general rule of thumb. What if your waste were able to actually save 25%? So you would still be looking at some waste, but instead of 50%, it would be 25. So you would see a 125K saving here all of a sudden, just by doing things more effectively. And assuming you run a 10 to 12% profit on average, what would that mean? $1 million project. This saving here would actually 2x your profits. I've done this in the past. I'm going to show you now how you can do the exact same thing. There are 2 ways how you can build anything in life. There's the vertical model and the horizontal model. And I'm using a very classic, easy to understand example here, laptops. I have an Apple laptop here in my hand. Apple is a company that's vertically integrated, meaning that they have all the key resources and competencies in-house. Whereas let's say Lenovo is a company that has horizontal competencies, meaning outside companies control most of the value chain parts. Microsoft software, Intel for chipsets, and so forth. Very different way to make things, but ultimately the product is the same in the end. How is this relevant to the construction industry? The same exact way you can build here. So you have the vertical model where you own the resources like this, and then you have what I call the black box horizontal model, where all of these key trades and competencies here are outside companies and vendors who you are controlling as a project manager, for instance. And typically, let's say you're a builder and you're using a horizontal model where all the subs, let's say foundation work, kitchen demo, window and door installation, carpenters, HVAC, electrical, these outside companies, and you're trying to be the glue here in the middle, keeping the train moving in the same direction, right? Whereas here, you basically control these competencies vertically in-house. Why are most of the companies, I would say 99% of the companies are using this model? For several reasons. This is easier, so you don't need to acquire all these competencies and skills. Obviously, this is harder. This is less liability, meaning if something goes wrong, you can always say, hey, you guys are responsible, come and fix it. Okay, easier to start, less skills required, less liabilities. Okay, makes sense, right? But this is also the model that's the root cause for all of this waste. Now I'm going to show you a 5-step process how you can shift gears from here to here, step by step, and double your profits. Step 1, get a process guy on site. You're not hiring a project manager or a general contractor, which is something that the typical horizontally built companies are doing. You hire somebody whose only job is to watch how the work flows and spot all the dead times. The second step of the process is boring, but very important. Here we were just observing, and now in the second step we are documenting everything. I'm not talking about documenting how many days the kitchen demo took, but I'm talking about the level of details as far as how many pieces of drywall did we carry inside the unit today? What about how many did we install? Where were the cans of paint located? What about the nails and the hammer when the carpenter needed them? These are the types of details we need so that we can make the necessary changes to our business model and double the profits. So document everything. Step number 3, now we are able to analyze the data we collected and set new targets. How long is it supposed to take? What are the standard operating procedures? How many pieces of this and that we are supposed to install today? This is based on hard facts. So first of all, it's easy to justify to our people. People listen to us when it's not just my opinion as far as, well, we need to be better. When we can show people that, hey, we collected this data and it's on us as management because we don't have better guidelines, we don't have better instructions and whatnot. We're not blaming anybody. So this way, the work environment is safer and it's more fun and more organized. So everybody wins in the end. Step number 4. Own everything, tools, materials, tag them, make sure that they can be found in the same exact location today compared to where they were yesterday. My most efficient construction site was the one where I had a specific cleaning crew who came at the end of the day and also was following my guys during the day, making sure that everything was clean and organized so that the guys could pick up where they left off the night before. That's how important this is. Step number 5, hire your core trades. Somehow you need to be able to control the key parts of your value chain. In a horizontal model where you buy black boxes controlled by outside companies, you don't know how they hire their people, how they train and retain them. It's very, very difficult. There's a reason why Apple has been so successful with their user experience, with the profitability and so forth, because they control most of the value chain parts. They hire those key skilled employees. So this is the same thing here. I'm not saying that you hire your foundation people who are maybe working on your project for 2 to 3 weeks, for instance, but identify first through this work what those key trades are and make sure that you control them. And the best way to do that is to hire those people. Of course, subbing out everything might feel easier, but it's exactly what's chewing up your profit. If you own the core trades and you control the whole flow, you make more money in the end as well. If you want my help setting this up for your business, get in touch. I will show you exactly how to do it in more details so that you don't burn any cash and you can do it in the most effective possible way. So get in touch, click the link below and book that time with me.